Hey everybody, and welcome back to my channel. I hope you're all well. So today I'm going to be doing the ink with Jesmonite that seems to be going on at the moment. I did initially choose the silver and gold. So let's Okay, so I've already mixed my Jesmonite, so that has been mixed fully for this particular tray. I'm just leaving it a neutral colour, so I'm not putting anything in there, so there's no pigment or no additional pigments in there to make it lighter. It is literally just the normal, natural Jesmonite colour. I have got the ink, so I'll put the ink directly into the mould, so I'll do put this in. I was going for like lines, however it did spurt out a little bit, and a lot more come out than I actually anticipated as well. However, the gold one, as you might have seen from my thumbnail, it didn't go gold, and that's because these inks of mine I've had quite a while, and I'm now starting to actually utilise some of this stuff that I've had for that time. So you can see that it's blocked. So because I knew that Jesmonite cures really quickly, there was no way I could mess around and try and fix that for this video. So I went for a different colour, and again it did stick and then it just shot out. So I went for like a green, like a teal white colour, with then that steel colour as well. And then I poured the Jesmonite on top because I know it would move, and I wanted it to move, and then I just scraped it all in. I did notice that I used possibly a little bit too much of the ink. Maybe a couple of drops would have just done fantastic, but this was quite a lot of ink, and what I was more concerned about is the build up in certain areas. If I didn't mix it in with the Jesmonite, would it have cured? I know when I've done this previously, I did do a flower one with green around the edge where I poured the ink in. I did that a few months back, or a couple of months back, and the green did not dry. It transferred over to my fingers, so I thought I'd try it again and see if there was a different technique or something that I'd missed. So this is me just doing that. I do tap the edge of this as well, just to try and get any air bubbles to release, and just to see how it mixed up. When I did this technique before on one of my other things, trays, it did like leave like fancy type writing on it, although it's not writing. That's what it kind of looked like, and I was hoping to do the same effect with this, but it didn't work out. It didn't do that in the end, because I did actually shimmy it a lot and tap it a lot and mix it a lot. But yeah, I did love doing this with the ink. As you can see, that was quite a large build up of ink there. I was worried that it wouldn't dry, so if I thought I'd mix it a little bit more, it would dry fully and cure along with the Jesmonite. So let's see. So that's it poured. Hopefully, thinking of what the underneath would look like, it should be all like marbly, and this is me now just waiting 25 minutes to be able to cure to demold. So I'm just demolding this. I can see in certain areas that this is still a bit wet where the ink is, so it might be where it's a higher build up of ink. I did use a lot initially. I didn't use a few drops here and there. I literally like plastered that in with the ink. Weren't expecting it. Yeah, there was a lot of ink. Yeah, I think what I'll do is, if I was to do this in the future though, do another one, I will reduce the amount that I've used and not allow it to overfill. Now this does come away with the mould quite a bit, because I did, again, you saw right at the beginning, I used a lot of ink. But look how good this turned out in the end, and I actually like the cracks that it left. It give it character, so you can see that there's patches there where there was a build-up of ink and where it didn't bond with the Jesmonite. Again, I used a lot, as you can see from the beginning. There was a lot of it that's used, and which has then caused these kind of cracks and uneven areas. And it is transferring still over onto my fingers, but I think once it's fully dry, then that would stop that then. As you can see, this is only demolding like 25 minutes after, so it is fully cured. It's just that the ink was still transferring, and I was more worried about the mould not cleaning, but what I did was I'd rubbed all of it around, so rubbed it off like as I'm doing now. I did complete it by just rubbing it all, and then I just put a wipe over it, and it cleaned up lovely. So I wanted to literally nail it before it all dried, because I weren't sure what the effect it would have been if I'd let that ink dry, but my hands were really filthy. I don't know why I don't wear gloves. I need to wear them. But oh well, you can tell I'm a crafter with me dirty hands. Right, so yeah, I absolutely love this. For some reason it just reminds me of like a copper steely colour. When I showed my husband at a distance, he said I can see the Statue of Liberty in it. I can see where he's coming from at this angle. You can see like that there's a bit of a head and you can see eyes, but do take away with it as you will. What can you see in this? But yeah, I was absolutely happy with the colour of this, although I did really want it to be silver and like the steel and gold colour. I will go back and do one with that colour in, I think, because I absolutely love that. But yeah, very pleased with the turnout of this, and I left it 24 hours and then I did come back and seal it. So at this point the ink is stopped transferring over to my fingers. When I touch it, it is dry, but I weren't sure how it would fare off with the protecting. Now I would normally just spray this on, but I find that when you're just spraying it's a lot of waste, so I just do it like this. I spray a bit of it into a small cup and I just use the handy sponge technique, because again I don't like brush strokes, and I know that I tend to get brush strokes. Now there was some ink release in here. Again, it might be just down to the amount of ink that I used and maybe the type of ink that I've used. Now the ink that I've used, again, I don't know where it's from. It was gifted to me a few years ago. It still works really, really well, but you can get any alcohol inks on the market through Amazon or whatever. Yeah, if you go over to Claire as a crafty corner as well, I think she uses LetsResin inks, so they're just as good. But yeah, this worked out perfectly and I was very happy with the result. If it is anyone else done this technique that's on here or tried it, let us know your results. But thank you for still being here. If you are, please remember, if you haven't already, press the subscribe button. I am trying to reach a goal of 500 before the end of the year, and give me a thumbs up. And if you would like to see more videos from myself, then please click the bell. I will be doing some more stuff in June, but slowly going away from this at the minute because I want to show some of my painting skills as well. I might even incorporate that with the Jesmonite as well. So thank you for being here. Again, really appreciate all your comments and your likes and the time that you've taken to have a look at this video. But please let me know what you think in the comments and I will get back to you. Thank you. Bye bye.